There is more to me, Queen Eliara of Elfgard, than my elven magic. Just as there's more to Geico than saving you money, Geico also gives you 24/7 access to licensed agents online, on the phone, or on the Geico app. And while I am a mighty elf queen, I am also a mighty big fan of barbecue potato chips. Minions! More smoky mesquite.
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Is this going to be like a split episode? Like you guys are going to upload the audio to your podcast too?
Yeah. I think Jay, we haven't talked about it, but Jay,
if that's cool with you, like
yeah. So assuming that's cool, we would just play our intro music. We don't have to play it right now.
We are the New York Knicks. I'm back in the New York groove. Well, it's the Knicks. New York. We are the New York Knicks. New York. For this new season we're about to enter, the Knicks is taking no shorts just like winter.
New York, New York.
New York be about the Knicks, huh?
But the best thing about New York City is K-N-I-C-K.
Everybody say go New York, go New York, go!
And then just like introduce it as a split episode. Is that cool?
Yeah. So
yeah.
The only thing, my only concern is if we release a professionally edited podcast, our fans will get like used to that. We don't want to.
We can turn the fan on again.
If you could have noise qualities, if like a cat could jump on and ruin your audio midway through the show, that would actually.
The window, get some cars honking in the background.
Because that's part of your thing, right?
Troubles, yeah, that's kind of our thing.
Troubles. Everything as unprofessional as you can sound is our thing, for obvious reasons.
Speaking of troubles and trials and tribulations, we're now actually starting, guys. Okay. Jay, Marc, and I, and Lux have been talking for, I think, 3 or 4 years now, and we're actually starting this episode now of the New York Knicks Podcast / Almighty Ballin the Almighty Podcast.
I like that organic opening.
Yes, works for us. We are here to do a show. We have a crossover episode. It's kind of like the Jetsons are on the Flintstones. Let's do this.
Right.
Smooth as Jamal Crawford's crossover.
I hope. The part of the thing with this episode is that we're going to do an experiment in prognostication for the upcoming season. And that is to say, we're going to play a little bit of New York Knicks themed Dungeons and Dragons to figure out exactly how good this team's going to do this season.
Who wants to be Melo and who wants to be Porzingis, by the way?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll be Porzingis.
Okay. I'm Joakim Noah. I already decided ahead of time. So, Jay, I guess that means that you're, Melo.
You're Melo.
Yeah.
Okay.
I chose Porzingis because I feel like Jay being Melo will make him angry.
A little bit, but I mean, I'd rather be Melo than Derrick Rose. So
yeah, didn't write a character for that guy.
Okay, so we haven't even started the game, but that's a secret rule we had nestled in. If the words Derrick or Rose are muttered while we've started the game, the Knicks go 0-82.
Or
we're not talking about Derrick Rose.
Or engage in a long discussion that no one wants to listen to.
Yeah, so every time the words Derrick and Rose are mentioned, an angel loses their wings and their dignity.
Yeah.
Wings first, dignity second.
Oh, God.
First you lose the wings, then you start drinking, then you do something gross in a bar, then you lose the dignity.
But I cannot believe the Knicks started their offseason by trading for a guy who is now up on rape charges.
God.
And they knew about that going into the trade.
It's not like he is now. He was before they traded for him.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It's like the Knicks were like, hey, let's trade for this guy. And Derrick Rose is like, once you trade for me, I'm going to go back in time and commit this act.
Just FYI. Before I explain all the rules, I'm Lux. I'll be the Dungeon Master and basically just the universe or like all the bad guys in Ish.
Can I ask you, Lux, if Derrick Rose is found guilty, will he be stored in your dungeon?
Yes, my personal one, and it's not going to go great for anyone involved. Much like how I don't have a punchline for this joke, there won't be an end for whatever's going on down there. Gross. Anyways.
Yeah. So, at ML Sorkboard, that's Lux, frequent co-host, and, Dungeon Master. It's actually Dunkings Master, because this is...
Dunkings Master.
Yeah, Dunkings and Draft Picks is the name of this ordeal. And next up, we'll jump across the aisle to the New York Knicks Podcast. If you want to introduce yourself, say Twitter, talk about your podcast, talk about the Freaky Sanity.
Yes, Jay, why don't you introduce all those things? I'm Marc, and Jay does all the introductions. Go, Jay.
That was Marc, and he doesn't like doing any work. So I am Jay. We host the New York Knicks Podcast. Been going on for 5 or 6 years, ever since the year Melo and Amari joined the team.
Yeah.
We got all excited about that, and then stuff
It was a
happened.
very good year.
Yeah.
Jay, are you heading to a white supremacy rally later?
I took off my work shirt, webcam thing, and I'm just in a white beater.
You
I
guys
really-
see it? Like
Yeah.
he looks white as Casper. No offense, I'm white as Casper also. I have no pigment myself, but like he's got the wife beater on.
It's kind of just Ed Norton from American History.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was looking for. That's what I was thinking of. Ed
Yeah.
Norton.
And I shaved my head yesterday too.
Or Daniel Radcliffe
In
is
Imperium.
apparently a movie white supremacist now. Have you seen
Yeah,
that?
he's an Imperium. I haven't seen it. I've heard good things from festivals, though.
Yeah, well, movies and stuff. Okay, so, yeah, we're on today with the New York Knicks podcast crew, Jay and Marc, a couple of great dudes. I listen to their podcast all the time, listeners, and we were discussing before we started officially recording that I do actually love and enjoy their podcast. I'm swearing a blood oath right now. I just need to go get my butter knife and cut open my hand. That I really, really enjoy their podcast and suggest it to the listeners.
Do you have a live video stream for your show? Because we can just tell people you cut your arm.
that's
I
true.
don't have a live video stream.
So yeah.
Okay, wow, he just
It's
did it.
so
He just cut
gross.
himself.
It's
Oh my
so
God.
gross.
Blood everywhere.
Wow, there's blood everywhere.
Not gonna
Now we're
cut
shaking
it.
blood soaked hands.
Not gonna.
Our podcasts are now blood podcasts.
These are blood cats now. I hope you appreciate it, America.
Yeah.
So we are excited to preview for the Knicks. So we are coming on. We are very excited to preview the Knicks Fear show, and hopefully the preview. Well, we'll see how this game goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it
Okay,
goes.
so let's introduce you guys to your characters. Jay, you're playing Carmelo, right?
Yeah.
All right, so Carmelo is a paladin. You've got a mace to hit things with. You also have a bonus Olympic strength, and you're an activist, which makes you a compelling public speaker and negotiator if it comes to that.
I wanted him
Okay,
to have
cool.
an Ninja Turtle related strength.
Yeah, but then you told me to cut it down to 2 from the original 5.
We had to make it simplified. This is
Yeah,
gonna
no,
be-
totally. You were right. I'm just saying that we can't have it all, man.
Yeah.
I should get a brand
Not Monte
bonus.
Ellis.
He's always working on that brand. I should get a brand bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, sure.
I'll let you get a brand bonus if there's ever a way to integrate that into the game. That makes sense. And then Kristaps Porzingis, you're a ranger. You have a bow and arrow and also a sword. Your 2 skills are a Deadeye shot, which makes you good at shooting bows, and a finishing blow, which is basically a follow-up dunk. If you're near anyone who gets hit with something, you get to hit them too. And then,
Porzingis like.
yeah, as close as I can get it. Basically, throughout the game, you'll either have to solve riddles or fight things, and if you fight things, you can use your talents or just hit them with your weapons.
Just to let you know, you understand our fans aren't that bright. They're not going to follow anything so far.
Yeah.
Once we get started, they'll pick up on what's going on.
Yeah.
And then
Okay,
we've
cool.
And like I
So
said,
if
there's
you-
going to be a lot of editing involved in this,
Okay.
and then we've got
So can you cut out the part where Marc called our fans stupid?
we can turn that up.
Most of the fans are smarter than me. I'm just saying. I can't even get the show on the air.
Isolate that audio.
Our fans are really smart. Follow at Almighty Ballin.
Yeah, can you say that again, Marc? Only replace not that bright with really smart.
Our fans are geniuses.
There it is. All right, and then last we've got Joakim Noah, the Barbarian, who's got a big ol' axe and various powers that all basically mean he smashes things or no good.
Yeah. So our story begins.
So
Take it away, Dunking Master.
Our story begins. You 3 have been called to the Tower of the Zen Master. A tall, bearded man with a strange haircut and small glasses. And he says to you that the city of New York has been missing its sacred ring for nigh on 50 years now. And it was stolen and lies now in the hands of the great king of Cleveland. In order to return civic pride to your now depressed city, you will have to defeat the many monsters and retrieve the ring at the end of the path. So he hands you a map and is sort of like, so go do that. I haven't written great segues.
When we finish the map, does that mean we get to the second round of the playoffs and then go home?
Finish the map.
Or do we actually win the title?
You win the title, but let me tell you, the math is not on your side as far as you guys finishing the map.
Okay, cool. It's actually that matches reality.
I mean, we are doing a Dungeons & Dragons type thing. This is fantasy. Of course, in the real world, if you're listening to this at this time next year, you're laughing because the Knicks are the 2017 NBA champions. But, in this fantasy world, the Knicks, it's going to be difficult
to
win a championship.
I mean, in the real world, the Knicks won 82-0. Derrick Rose won the MVP and the hearts of millions. And the Nobel Peace Prize.
Well, an angel dies, but that's all right.
Oh, we already started the game. All right, you lost the game.
Okay.
We're not.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Do I have to go to the dungeon again?
Let this one pass for now. But you begin your quest, and on the way out of the city, you pass through the slums. Underneath a dirty sky with mud dripping from your boots, you see a band of scoundrels. They're all dressed in nets, and it is very strange. Their leader's a tall man with strange spiky hair. His tall companion, who looks like a big old goober with dumb curly hair, takes a swing at Joakim Noah. So this is our first fight. So let's see what happens when Brook Lopez tries to punch Joakim Noah. In classic Brook Lopez fashion, he sort of swings his arm just out of the way of everything and stumbles aside and does not hit. So now it is your turn, Joakim Noah. Just tell me what to do.
So I want to slash back at Brook Lopez.
All right.
And I want to target his feet.
All right, so I'll give you a bonus for the weakness since his feet are bad, historically speaking. And that'll hit for 12 damage and chop off his feet. And he falls to the ground with his blood coming out of his feet. And he tries to get back up onto his little stumps, but he can't do it. And so he's sort of like struggling on his back like a turtle with its shell. Sort of like, oh, not again! And this is when their pointy-haired leader, the illustrious Jeremy Lin, points his spiky hair at Mello and says, "We meet again, my former comrade. Time for battle." So this is our fight tutorial. So basically the way a fight works is you tell me what you want to do, whether it's like punch him, or run away, or go hide, or defend yourself, or whatever, and I tell you how well it works. So, Carmelo Anthony, what do you want to do?
Let's see. He's a little guy. We'll go for a punch.
All right, so first, let's see if you hit this tiny thing. Yes. So then how much damage do you do? Oh, maximum. Great job. So you bring down the mace on his spiky hair, and it sort of shatters like glass. Like his hair just shatters, like it's made of a
fragments of gel fly everywhere.
Fragments of gel spin across the street, and the mace keeps going down until his brain sort of spills out through the bottom of his face. The rest of the nets sort of just look at the carnage and say, "All right, so we're just gonna go and accept our fate as the worst team in the NBA and be out."
So Carmelo used the mace to smash Lin's head and destroy it. Do the rest call a regular foul, or is that a flagrant?
I think just a flagrant one.
I don't think that's a flagrant. I think it's just a regular foul.
Yeah.
It's Jeremy Lin.
Yeah, no. Oh, the refs aren't going to call it. Here.
Yeah, I think there aren't refs in this fictional universe.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Or they're sort of paid off, like a 2011 Miami Dallas series type thing, where it's like, yeah, I'm sure Dwayne Wade got fouled, whatever, totally.
Anyways, so you've made it past the nets out into the forests outside of the legendary town of Philadelphia. And as you move through these woods, you hear tiny little tree trolls whispering, "Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the process." And you arrive in a small town, it's dirty, and everyone has just the worst accent in the whole world. And you ask around where to go, and a huge man with a missing foot comes out, and he says, "Oh, you need to go to Chicago. That's your next stop." But suddenly a bar door swings open, and out comes a tall Jahlil Okafor. And Jahlil Okafor looks at Kristaps Porzingis and says, "You think you're better than me? You think you're better than me?" And steps forward to take a swing at Kristaps with his big, meaty Jahlil hands.
And do I get to say what I get to do now?
What do you want to do?
I think Porzingis is going to take Okafor's head and put back Duncan on his head.
All right, so he's going to smash his head?
Yeah.
Smash his head with like a put back dunk.
Out of the bar.
He got thrown out of the bar, so you're catching into the bar.
Oh, it's the bar. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'll put Duncan back into the bar.
Right,
there you go.
I will absolutely. That sounds great to me. Unfortunately, I didn't do so good at rolling it. So Kristaps catches Okafor, and the two of them tumble backwards, with Okafor landing on top of him. He just couldn't quite muster up the strength to pick up that giant. So then Okafor takes a swing at Porzingis' head, and in very classic Okafor fashion, just misses completely and smashes his hand on the ground. Starts shaking it, and now it's Joakim Noah's turn. What do you want to do?
let's see, Julio Okafor. Well, so he's distracted, like shaking his hand and stuff. So I just want to go like straight for his chest, smash him.
All right, so yeah, sure.
Oh, but hey, can I go Berserker Rage? Will my accuracy be lower?
No, Berserker Rage raises your accuracy. It just makes you take more damage if he hits you.
Oh, okay, I want to go Berserker then.
All right,
Berserker
so
smacking.
So we're gonna go Berserker Smack. So Joakim Noah lets out a mighty roar, and fucking, I'm rolling real well for you.
Hey, can I while Joakim Noah is going Berserker, just to keep myself into it, can I do pull-ups off of Noah's arm?
Yeah, sure. So we got.
I just why do Berserker? I'll be up there doing pull-ups. It's cool.
Yeah, distracting him. I think that's good. I think that's a good move. Mello, you want to get involved at all? Try and help us out.
I'll take the other arm.
All right, so you guys doing pull-ups on either side of this man, and that's restraining his arms as Noah goes for his chest and hits him, but about as weakly as he can hit him. So his axe hits him in the chest, but kind of bounces off, and then he sort of throws you guys free and takes a swing at Joakim Noah. Oh, beans.
I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, I don't like the roll like that. Oh, double beans. So he punches Joakim Noah in the face and shatters his jaw for a solid 8 damage to Joakim Noah. So that puts you...
That doesn't sound good.
Not great news. Not a great start to the season. But now it's back to you.
Oh, this is my face.
Yeah, now it's back to you, Kristaps.
Okay, cool. What do I do?
Man, the Knicks are having a lot more trouble with 76ers than we baked into the game. This was supposed to be a lot easier.
So you got...
Well,
you got
it's also you.
a sword, and then also like whatever nonsense you wanted to come up with.
So I have the Berserker Rage. What is their equivalent skill?
Oh yeah, you have a couple of skills. Carmelo has extra strength and activism, and then Kristaps has his bow and arrow, ranged attack power, and also anytime one of your friends hits somebody near you, you can hit them as well.
Doesn't a paladin have healing?
Yes, you can do a heal during each fight.
Okay.
That'll be the activist power in action. Yes, you can either shoot him, or try to punch him, or try and tag on someone else's attack, or like run away.
Okay.
Or try and jump over.
I'm gonna attack.
All right, do you want to stab him with your sword or shoot him with your bow?
I'm gonna shoot with my bow.
Yeah. Cool. You're the only one who has an option. Everyone else just has one weapon, but Kristaps has 2 because he's versatile.
Because I'm
It
bursting.
should be like critical because Porzingis' range is like the thing that he has up on Julio.
Well, yeah, he gets a bonus for it. And that's why that number I rolled still counts as a hit.
My old dungeon master Rambus told me not to use my range and to only stand by the basket. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use my range because Rambus has been defeated and sent back to his cave.
It was a bad dungeon.
Yes. Okay. Here we go. There's the numbers I want. So Kristaps just puts an arrow straight through Jaleel Okafor's eye, and that's the end of that chapter. Because there's not much coming back from that. So then there goes Jaleel Okafor. Congratulations, you guys have reached the next round. Do you want to try and do a heal on the hurt man?
Yeah.
Carmelo?
I've got 7 out of 15 health left.
All right, so I'll let you get 1 6-sided die.
Okay.
Back.
Mello, you going to heal this to them?
Power of activism, go.
Power of activism, go. And he gives you a really nice talk about it. You're going to be okay, but since since Joakim Noah is notably spacey, it only heals 2 hit points. So you're back to 9 from 7, but still not great.
He falls back into old habits and talks about snitches.
Have you seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie? The new one? With Michael Bay and WWE wrestler Sheamus? It's so good.
Sheamus is in it.
Yeah, Sheamus.
When you say it's so good, are you being, I don't know, lying?
This
Yes, that is exactly. I am being lying, very much so. All right, so next is you're on the way to Chicago, and as you cross into the windy plains, you see a bull, just like a regular-sized one. And on his back is Jimmy Butler, and he's got a lasso. Behind him are Rajon Rondo and Dwayne Wade, but they're both pretty old and just sort of sit there.
Rondo's more than 10 feet away from me. Can he not shoot me?
Rondo, yes. Rondo is, for the most part, useless in this fight. Maybe I'll give him a shot to do something later. But Jimmy Butler says, you guys want to get these rings, you're going to have to go through me and my trusty Benny the Bull. So he swings his lasso, and, I don't know, he looks at Joakim Noah and is like, we've got unfinished business. And he swings his lasso, and I rolled a 1, So his lasso gets stuck in a tree and yanks him from his perch onto the ground, and the bull kind of runs away. So now there's just like a pro Jimmy Butler lying on the ground. This should be easier than expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, the Bulls don't really like they have a matador approach to fighting now, so it's different than the old Sir Thibodeau days.
Yeah, if Jimmy Butler sits up on the ground and goes, "Oh, if Tibbs was still here, this never would have happened," and then lies back down because it's not fair for him to get an extra move. So you healed. That means it's you.
It's me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, and am I trying to fight the bull or Jimmy Butler?
The bull's just kind of running around. It's up to you.
Okay.
Jimmy Butler's lying on the ground.
I'm going to choose to not worry about any of the other bulls because no one on the Bulls is good except for Jimmy Butler. So I'm going to focus on Jimmy Butler, and I want to actually. Can I talk to Jimmy Butler?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Yeah.
What do you decide?
So can I say to Jimmy Butler, Jimmy, are you sure you want to go through with this whole Bulls things? Your friends D Wade and Rondo, they're just on the ground. They're worthless. You know, just put up your sword and let's move on. You know.
I'll roll.
Oh wait, no, we're former teammates. I'm Joakim Noah.
Yes.
I appeal to him as his former teammate. Say like, surely you don't want to hurt me, my brother.
All right. Let's see how he responds.
He's like, Jimmy, do you really want to hurt me? Do you want to make me cry?
Oh. Is what Jimmy Butler says. He thinks about it and is like, yes, I do want to hurt you, yes.
Damn it. Okay. Right.
I want that title, and I don't care how I get it. I don't care who gets
he
hurt.
doesn't care.
I don't care who gets hurt, which brings us back to Kristaps. Do you want to hit him with your... What do you want to do? You got options.
Well, I'm going to tell Dwayne Wade that it's the regular season, and he won't play. As far as... who am I trying to beat? I'm trying to beat... Am I still working on Butler?
Yeah, Butler's on the ground.
Also,
who am I fighting?
The telling Dwayne Wade not to play move is worked 100%.
Okay.
So
Who else am I fighting on the Bulls now?
Oh, we've got Rajon Rondo, who seems pretty confused, and Jimmy Butler, who's laying on the ground.
Rajon Rondo is just like trying to... He's been throwing balls at Jimmy Butler this whole time, trying to get assists, but...
He's trying to give him a weapon, but they just keep missing.
I am gonna whisper in Rajon Rondo's ear, telling him we're in the locker room, and he's gonna sabotage his team.
All right, let's see how that one works. Not as well. He doesn't actively sabotage his team, but he does keep not being able to get them any help. So he continues to be useless, and now it's Carmelo's turn.
He's still on the ground, right?
Yeah, he's still on the ground.
Is curb stomp an option?
Okay, American History X.
I might as well just play this roll out.
It's not one I wrote down, but it's one I will definitely accept. So yeah, sure. Let's see how that goes. Actually, I'll give you advantage because he's lying on the ground. Yeah, so that'll work. And I don't know. I feel like curb stomp would really hurt, so I'll use this one. All right, yeah. So you curb stomp his head, and it looks a lot like that scene in American History X where like the teeth come flying out, and his he's not dead yet. He gets to his feet like all bloody mouth, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you for this. I'm not. This isn't over." And then he swings his lasso at Carmelo Anthony, and he misses again because I'm rolling terrible numbers for him. And so Jimmy Butler misses again. Rajon Rondo tries to throw him a weapon or do something to help, but fails. And now we're back to
me,
you,
okay,
Joakim Noah.
So he's barely alive now, right?
He's like halfway there.
Oh, halfway there?
Halfway there.
Okay, can I smash really hard on Jimmy Butler?
Yeah, you can smash it on him.
And I want to go for his head because he's already been curb stomped.
Yeah, down. That'll work. I mean, almost mathematically impossible if this doesn't kill him. Yep. So you smash that axe down and it's already totally just ruined face. And now it's just like a Gallagher situation where like it's just a pop and explosion and like I hope you brought your raincoats because there's just red goo just all over just all.
Off in the distance, Phil Jackson smiles and nods.
Aren't you glad you didn't go to the Bulls, Carmelo?
Does Phil shout out, "Good work, but next time do it in the form of a triangle"?
If you worked it through the post, you would have killed him twice as slow, but twice as good. And so you got him. Rondo is like, hey, I don't want to. Do you guys want to play Connect 4? I don't even want to fight. And you say no, because that game is objectively bad. And we get to the next...
all I know is when I play Connect 4 with him, he passes me the pieces, but won't put them in himself.
And sometimes he goes behind your back and throws them into the corner, and you're like, if you could just hand it, it's just a waste of time, Rajon.
When Charlie Villanueva beat him at Connect 4 in the locker room, apparently he literally threw board the set. That's so
insane.
pissed off.
That really happened?
Yeah, no, okay, so I'll start with, I'm from Dallas, so I have, really fond memories of Rajon Rondo. Charlie Villanueva and Rajon Rondo were on a team together, and Rajon Rondo was talking about how great he is at Connect 4, and Charlie, he's got that, I think in that head he's got a super brain, so he beat Rajon Rondo first try in Connect 4, and Rajon Rondo, I think that was the beginning of the end for Rondo and the Mavs, because it pissed him off so much, and he, literally threw the boards.
Connect 4, the Rajon Rondo story.
Yeah.
All right, now you're out of the woods and past the plains and onto the beach, where the sun beats down hard over red flags bearing the symbol of 3 silver rings. As you walk through the city, scantily clad women and bad art surrounds you on all sides. In the midst of the chaos, Joakim Noah pats out from heat exhaustion. As his body hits the ground, a cloaked stranger appears.
Heat exhaustion.
Heat exhaustion. Heat exhaustion.
What did you say?
Well, I think I said it. He just wanted to do the emphasis things that it's clear I'm talking about Miami now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I get it. They're the Miami Heat. And you said, I get it.
Nothing gets past me.
As his body hits the ground, a cloaked stranger appears. He offers water if you answer his ring. He says, the precious rings you all did see, from whom did we collect all 3? So that's the riddle that you guys have to answer.
Yeah.
Am I better at answering riddles because I've taken my talents down here?
No, I don't know because you a riddle hit. I can repeat the riddle if you want.
You still
Yes.
have a decision to make, though.
What is the riddle?
Riddle
again?
is, the precious rings you all did see, but from whom did we collect all 3?
Do you want me to go first?
Sure.
The Mavericks in 06.
Okay.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
Do you not understand what's happening right now?
I understand. I am slow. I'm a slow child. Go on, Jay.
We can listen to Basketball Connect 4.
Oklahoma.
Okay. And then I'm number 3. So
you're unconscious, bro.
Oh, I'm unconscious. Damn. That's how we built in the riddle that I can't just solve it.
Right. Yeah. Because
Right.
you were there when I wrote the riddle. So
Go.
yeah.
and the San Antonio Spur.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. He takes off his cloak and it's Hassan Whiteside, and he's just happy to see you. And
Snapchats.
And he Snapchats a
He
video.
Snapchats a picture of me unconscious on the floor.
And then a video of him pouring water into your mouth. And now you're awake again, and he warns you that there's a collection of wizards just outside the city, and if you want to reclaim the ring, you'll have to get through them. So you do. So you go out of the city and find 2 wizards who are just like, here, Brad, shut up, Brad. I gotta be in charge here, Brad. And John, just settle down. I'm coming up. I want a little bit more responsibility. Brad, no.
I want you to be an
mine.
all-star just as much as I'm an all-star.
This is my thing. And they finally stop arguing long enough to see you when one of them, Brad in particular, turns around and casts a spell. And, hilarious. He shoots a beam of light, not at you guys, but at his comrade, who he turns to yell at some more. And John Wall eats 2 damage. Doesn't really matter that much. Then John Wall's turn. He tries to cast a spell on you guys. And his works. So he dashes up to Carmelo Anthony and gives him a good burning touch, aka the hot hand spell.
Ooh.
And yeah, it's a rare one for John Wall. But it hits. And that does 7 damage to our friend Carmelo Anthony. Now it is Kristaps' turn.
Okay. I'm gonna use my bow and arrow to shoot Bradley Beal.
Alright, Bradley Beal. Nice, that's a hit, and you did... Okay, so you nick him just on the shoulder. It's about as little as you can hurt someone by shooting them with a bow and arrow.
Well, I need to put on weight. I'm kind of weak still, so.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. This is reflected in the statistics I wrote down. All right, Carmelo, you're up.
I think I'm going to use my power to talk some trash to Beal, throw him off his game, and have him throw a little hissy fit.
If you can give me a real choice piece of Bradley Beal trash, I'll give you a nice little bonus.
Can I add in that I know he's not on the Knicks anymore, and I don't want him on the Knicks, but J.R. Smith would be a great character for this game.
Oh, yeah, I know. Well, if I bothered to write a little bit of Cleveland, he'd certainly be in it.
I'm going to feel that he'll always be number 2 on the team, and he'll never be as good as Wall.
It succeeds because he knows you're right. And he gets... it's just the dice, dude. I don't decide anything. It's just the dice.
I can see Bradley Beal mistakenly thinking that he's not as good as John Wall.
Look, man, it's the dice. And John Wall is better. But it works, and so from now on, Bradley Beal is going to have an anti-bonus, an unbonus, a bonus.
Bad chemistry.
Oh, it takes a bad chemistry penalty. All right, what's up? You, Joakim Noah, you're up.
Okay, all right, so Bradley Beal is a little bit hurt. All right, so I want to, so can I smash Bradley Beal's legs?
Yes, you may. Well, you can, because you rolled too low a number. So you swing your axe, and Bradley Beal, sort of like, in a really uncharacteristic moment of just like body control, is able to just step over that axe with no, just like it's pretty easy. He makes it look really easy. Like those times when Bradley Beal's healthy, he makes it look really easy.
I think I know how to defeat Bradley Beal if I can go again.
Well, it's going to be your turn in a second. You have to go first. So Bradley Beal lines up a spell. He's looking right at you, Noah, after your attack. And this one does not work, but it doesn't hit Wall either. And then Wall goes after Carmelo again. This one does. Wall again goes by with his super speed strike, and he hits for another 5 damage to Carmelo Anthony. So Carmelo Anthony is not unhurt at the moment, but now it's back to Kristaps.
Okay, I am going to defeat Beal by making him look directly into the eyes of and not look away from Martin Gortat.
All right, I'll roll you.
If you look at a Gortat for more than 5 seconds straight, you're done.
All right, you know what? I'll give you that. I'll give you a summon Gortat roll. Let's see how it goes. I'll let you summon Gortat. There's got to be some golem, so it's gonna work. So you summon Gortat.
That's dice sound going. It's all good.
So you summon Gortat, and he stares at Bradley Beal, and let's see if he stares for 4 seconds, or if Beal is wise enough to look away.
Wait, no, I think Beal's staring at Gortat, right?
Yeah. And
They're locking eyes.
And Beal cannot avert eye contact, which drives Marcin Gortat crazy with rage. And so then Gortat picks up Bradley Beal and just throws him away.
All right. Bradley Beal's defeated.
Bradley Beal lands, and you can sort of hear
no, he doesn't.
Well, no, he's defeated, but you can sort of land, sort of like when you drop like a heavy plastic thing down the stairs, you kind of hear how each side of it breaks as it hits different landings. It's sort of like that with Bradley Beal, like his foot lands, you hear that crack, then he lands on his elbow and you hear that crack, and he's just like, I don't even know what bones I have left anymore. And now it's Carmelo Anthony's turn.
Nice call on the Polish hammer. I like it.
Yeah, that was wise.
Let's see. Wall's much shorter. I'm gonna ISO him for 23 seconds and then shoot over him.
All right. So let me make this a high risk, high reward thing. So I'm just gonna say, if this roll is over 15, then he's just gonna be dead, and if it's lower, then it's just gonna be nothing happens. But nothing happens. I mean, Carmelo draws on.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss.
It's a wing and a miss. And now we're back to Joakim Noah.
Okay, I just want to, I can't bring up our point guard situation. Actually, wait, no, can I talk to John Wall and say, like, hey, your teammate's unconscious, he's not carrying his weight, like you said he wasn't going to, even though he has this huge contract, and I happen to know that our point guard, who will remain unnamed, won't be on the team for that much longer. Do you want to come join our party as our new point guard, become one of our guild friends?
John Wall's like, no, I've been doing it on my own for so long, I ain't gonna stop now. And then he retaliates against you, and succeeds, and does 6 damage to Joakim Noah, who is just
very hurt now.
Yeah, this is a little too realistic. I have like 3 out of 15 health left now.
Yes.
Okay, all right. It seems like I'm injury prone.
Yeah. In fact, Kristaps Porzingis is holding out health-wise pretty good, but the rest of the team is floundering a little bit.
Okay, so I come with a giant bag, and I say hello to your little friend. And JaVale McGee bursts out of the scene.
How you doing, brother?
And accidentally tries to help, but ends up hurting John Wall.
It's going to be amazing.
But JaVale's on the Warriors.
No, I know, but he's his old friend.
Let's see if JaVale will just show up and do something.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually rolled a natural 20, so I feel like I have to do it now.
What can I
Well,
say?
here's what we're going to do. JaVale is sort of a random actor. And I think that's a fair way of describing him. So
He could hurt or help, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Your team, he could potentially really help.
So we'll say...
But he always hurts you in the long run.
Yes. All right. So I rolled the Jaleel hits Kristaps Porzingis by mistake, which was just 6 through 10. For this, to peel back the kimono for a second, for those of you who are curious about my methodology.
JaVale?
JaVale.
JaVale spins in a circle, kind of flailing like a maniac.
All right.
And his long, spindly arm.
He's acting a fool.
He's acting a fool. His long, spindly arm just smacks right across Kristaps' face in a big old slap for a fat 7 damage smackaroony.
Oof.
Oh.
And then JaVale goes off and trolls some reporters and is not around anymore.
No press is bad press. That's all I got to say.
But now it's back to Carmelo.
Let's see. I'm going to
So
use...
if you're role playing, you're just going to back him up in ISO again, because that's what Carmelo would really do. I think it's just like continue to play ISO.
Yeah, but we're still in this question of is he role playing as Carmelo or is he role playing as Ed Norton from American History X? Because he can just curb stomp him.
I can't stomp every time, so...
Jay, do you want to dress like a Ninja Turtle and use those powers instead?
Well, I was gonna summon Lala to give him offers to be on one of her crappy reality shows or whatever stupid project she's doing right now.
All right, let's see what we can do with Lala. Let's see. I'm just gonna actually just straight up roll this like a real thing. Yeah. All right. That distracts him long enough to let either of you guys can take an extra turn right now, real quick. If one of you wants to snack him or do something else.
Am I trying to still defeat Wall now, or who are we on?
Yeah, Bradley Beal's done. John Wall is still there.
John Wall's talking to Lala, so you get a free shot.
Okay, I'm gonna summon Derek Fisher to steal John Wall's girl, and that should take care of him.
All right, let's see. Unfortunately, it works, but it does not take care of him. It throws him into a rage. And in a rage, John Wall runs, sort of like, I don't know how much you guys have watched Sonic the Hedgehog, the animated TV series, but sometimes when he's dealing with a lot of bad guys, he'll run in a circle really fast and make like a tornado. That throws him all away. Yeah, I know, that's super sucks.
Oh, crap. Okay.
So he does that, and hits all of you for...
Uh-oh.
Derek Fisher, you're supposed to lead him out of town.
For 2 damage apiece. So...
I guess John Wall's girl isn't as suggestible as Barnes.
No, she was... I don't know if I made this clear. She was effectively seduced by Derek Fisher. But John Wall's response wasn't to go after Derek Fisher, but sort of to get generally angry.
Oh.
I have 1 HP left.
Yes, we have 1 hit point remaining on Joakim Noah. So now...
When is Carmelo's move?
Carmelo summoned Derek Fisher, yeah?
Oh, yeah, he summoned Derek Fisher.
Now it's your move, yeah.
No, Porzingis summoned...
You summoned Fisher, so Carmelo, you're up.
I am going to ISO for 23 seconds and jack up the shot.
All right, do it again. This time it is a success!
Hooray!
So John Wall, just so shamed by his defensive shortcomings, goes back to train in Landover, Maryland, and is just out of y'all's hair. Fight over. Out of the woods comes another wizard. It's Jan Mahimi, and he's just like, man, I can't believe I teamed up with these idiots. These guys are the worst, just the worst wizards. But my old friends, my buddies back in Indiana, they'll take care of you, so I'm not even going to try and stop you. I'll just let my boys take care of it. So confused by that aggressive yet vague message,
I'm gonna whisper in Mahini's ear, Roy Hibbert started over you. Roy Hibbert started over you.
He just becomes a puddle of shame. Like, he just sort of melts away into just like a thick, viscous liquid that just like, it's like, it hurts to look at. So then you go ahead into a clearing of
Pacers. It should be like a jousting match.
Well, it's Paul George. So then you see a long-armed, long-legged man with a bunch of tiny men on his back, like a tiny Monte, a tiny Thaddeus Young, a tiny Jeff Teague, all resting on the back of a giant Paul George. And he says, "I've carried them to the edge of glory before, and I'll carry them back no matter what it takes." And then he swings a punch at Kristaps Porzingis and misses wildly.
I will use my power to hit him in his weakness, his Achilles heel.
All right.
Or knee. What did he injure?
It's like leg. The whole leg.
His whole leg.
I will break his leg like it's the Olympics.
All right. Like the Olympics. I like the degree of agency. That'll hit, and that'll be 11 damage because I'm gonna say that you did break his leg. So he is limping around, and some like Jeff Teague and Thaddeus Young sort of fall off of his back where they've been living and sort of splatter on the ground in sort of like a clearly, we're not going to think about these players very much anymore sort of way. And now it's on you, Carmelo.
I think it's time to do one of his put his head down, drive straight to the basket moves.
All right. That's a better way of thinking about this game. Oh, ish. All right, I rolled a 1. That's a critical botch. So let's see what that means. Just for reference, when you roll a 1, that just means like it's the worst possible outcome. So usually something bad happens to you.
So Melo gets hacked, the refs don't call the foul, and he dribbled the ball off his foot.
You explained what it meant when you roll the 1, the worst thing happened. We're Knicks. We actually are familiar with this. Very familiar with the 1.
Great, cool. So you run past Paul George, he sort of sticks out his foot, trips you, no one calls it, and you land on your face for 4 damage.
I feel like there could have been a Reggie Miller reference here. His face in the jail.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been like, there could have been a lot of, like, there could have been sure. It could have also been like a Marc Jackson, right? Like, I don't understand.
He goes to Patrick Ewing, says, "I'm sorry."
Sure. And now it is your turn, Barry, into Joakim Noah.
Okay, alright. Let's see. So...
Heal between matches? I didn't know we didn't heal between matches.
You can heal.
Yeah, can he heal me?
Yeah, I'll give you an extra heal on Joakim Noah, because I should have mentioned that. For 3 more. So you're up to 4 now.
Okay, so I have 4 health. Alright, so I want to... Can I do an assist? They don't have very good rim protection now, but I can't score from distance. Can I, like, do an assist to Porzingis or something?
It sounds like triangle offense.
I'll let you...
I Porzingis at the 3? 3?
Yes. I'll let you do that. And then I'll imagine what that's like in terms of a fantasy battle. That works. That works. Okay, so you run in and you sort of smash Paul George into the air. Kristaps Porzingis races the bow and shoots an arrow through the flying man and then kind of grabs him and slams him onto the ground for a grand total of 8 damage. And now Paul George, both his legs are broken and he's sort of just like a half guy waving his arms at you.
He's got 1 health left.
Okay. He's got 1 health left. But now it's his turn. He can't do much, but he swings a fist at Kristaps Porzingis, which will hit, but I'm going to make him do the minimum amount of damage.
I have a secret weapon.
Oh, yeah?
I have a secret weapon. There's someone on the Pacers who's really the Predator. That is Chris Copeland, and he will take them out.
Oh, no, sure. I think he went to...
He does look like the Predator.
He does, but I think he doesn't play for them anymore, does he?
I think he went to the... He signed a training camp deal with the Pelicans or something.
I can't keep up with these 15th men on benches.
Yep. He is on the Pelicans, so that move won't work, and you will take 1 damage.
Oh!
You're down to 11. Uh-oh. Now it is your regular turn, though, Kristaps.
Okay. I will use my Hernan Gomez gun against them.
Yeah, I was wondering how we were going to bring my man Guerrero into this one. Oh, natural 20. He's just automatically dead. I love that. Right? So, oh yeah, he gets automatically dead as soon as there's a hit. So, yeah, you uncork the Hernan Gomez gun. and you fire that Spaniard right through Paul George's chest, exploding the hopes and dreams of many race car loving Indianians, Hoosiers, I guess is the word they use, all over the fields. And a door.
Can I ask a side question? The Pacers, that's a reference to racing, right?
Yes.
It is, yeah.
Is there any other sport, like team nickname, where the team's nickname is a reference to a sport the fans would rather be watching?
I mean, there used to be the Whalers in Hartford, and I'd imagine a lot more people would like to watch whaling than hockey since that team contracted.
The Clippers, it's like a nautical, like clips,
boats.
And
No,
like
it's not like
Clippers
clips.
fans would rather be drowning themselves.
It's not like Clips. It's like Clippers. Clipper is the name of a boat.
I never knew what the hell a Clipper was.
It's kind of boat.
Well, yeah, it's a boat. Yeah. That's why it's red, white, and blue. It's like those
aren't boat colors.
No,
Those are
it's
American
nautical
colors.
It's the nautical colors. Yeah. Think of a toy boat. It's red, white, and blue.
That is a weird and / weak name for a sports team.
Yeah. What are other ones? You got the Whalers. I mean,
the Clippers. They're not really.
rather watch a magician than watch the Wizards play basketball.
Yeah.
Anyways, so a door opens in front of you into a deep, dark cave, and down the stairs you go. And then you come to a room. It's empty except for a table. Also, I forgot to write Joakim Noah out of this quest. You just be quiet. Above each door is a symbol of a glowing basketball falling through a hoop, also the Disney logo. The far door is a sign that reads, Legends Only. The doors on both sides suddenly snap shut and lock. On the cable are coins. A penny, a nickel, a dime, a quarter, a $50, a commemorative Sacagawea $1. There's a coin slot in the far door. Which do you choose?
There's a bunch of coins on the table and a coin slot, right? And you're locked in this room now, okay? And you have to choose a coin on the table to put into the coin slot. And
Okay, I want to choose Sacagawea.
Okay, you put that coin in, and out of the wall comes a spike, and it flies towards you, and it hits all of you except for Mello. So each take. Yep, that's the end of Joakim Noah. The spike goes right through his stomach, and Joakim Noah is dead now.
Good night.
And 5 damage happens to Kristaps Porzingis. Try again. Choose another coin.
Who are we fighting now?
No, just this room. Just this evil.
It's just a magic
It's the Orlando Magic room.
Oh, that's kind of where I was. Okay.
Mello doesn't have a lot of dimes, so we'll go with a nickel.
All right, the nickel. Let's roll and see what happens when you put in the nickel.
Remember, there's a Disney-shaped
Right. Oh yeah.
logo?
I'll go. Yeah. Also, bear in mind the other hints. The door says Legends Only, and there is a Disney logo. I'll tell you that the Legends Only sign is more significant than the Disney logo. That was just sort of an Orlando Magic thing. But anyways.
Oh, I got it.
So then, another spike comes out, but this one misses both of you. Try again.
Say penny.
Okay, penny.
It was almost as though you were just practicing the word.
Penny. I can
wait,
say
that one.
penny. I know how to defeat them, though, so.
Alright, you put in the penny, and the door swings open. You did it!
Yes!
Did you get that one, Mark, or do you want me to explain it?
You don't need to explain anything to me. Go on.
You had no idea what just happened, did you?
Oh, I don't know.
It said Legends Only, and we put in a penny for Penny Hardaway.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's boy.
I know how to defeat the great Orlando monster, whoever comes out, because I'm just going to let that monster get really good, and then he'll leave via free agency.
Right, that's sort of why I just didn't put anyone there, because I figured there was a million jokes about how they wouldn't actually do anything. And so I thought it would be better to just fight a room. Anyways, so the door opens up into a food festival. Fried everything. More sausage and beer than you can imagine. A bevy of long-armed men burst out smiling real big, and they welcome you, but you almost don't notice the huge antlers sticking out of their heads. And they say, "Welcome to Milwaukee. You've fallen right into our trap." And their arms sort of all grow out until they're sort of surrounded by like 8 very long arms.
It looks like antlers.
Yeah.
Okay. Is their coach going to get drunk and crash into them?
We will be rolling constantly to see whether or not that happens during the fight. It's a possibility.
Okay, because that would be my best way of defeating them. Go on.
All right, you can't control that, but you can control your move. So you got these arms, or like you're just surrounded by really long arms. You can try to run away or try to fight them.
Okay, I was going to summon from the D-League, the little Greek freak to fight the big Greek freak.
Oh yeah, Thomas was on the Knicks for a while.
Oh, I will give you that. So let's say Thomas and Giannis cancel each other out, so 2 of those arms disappear, so there are only 6 of them left.
Oh, okay. Okay, Ninja Turtle, you're up.
We're still injured, right?
I'm dead.
He's dead, and then you 2 are both injured.
Yeah. Super Ninja white supremacist over there. Could you take care of them?
Can we?
Wait, no, Jason Kidd's right here. He can control Jason Kidd, right?
Can we go on a quick banana boat ride to restore some health?
Maybe if you can get through this one, but I feel like these arms aren't about to let you just leave to go on vacation for a sec.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, I'm going to put on my Ninja Turtle gear, and I'm going to go with bow staff.
Okay, so you're going Donatello?
Going Donatello.
All right. Donatello does machines, so that's not necessarily the worst choice. So you're going to swing that bow staff, and you're going to hit him, and you're going to destroy how many of these arms? Oh, all of them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So the Bucks are done?
Yeah. Well,
I was going to get Greg Monroe to hold on to their power way too long and destroy the dynamicness of their offense.
Well, yeah. Greg Monroe is just sort of hanging out by all that fried food and sausage I mentioned before and isn't really going anywhere. Okay. But you guys get to load up on that free food and get a health boost of, oh man, I'm rolling the worst heals. You each get 1 health back.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I need more food because I look like I haven't eaten since I was 10 years old.
It looks like you haven't eaten since Latvia became its own country.
I'm not saying I'm thin, but people keep sending me the cost of a cup of coffee and food every day.
That is good. All right, so then, as this battle ends, you hear "Caw-caw!" and hawks swoop down, and off jump many different warriors, and they all land ready to fight and really coordinated. But then the last one, much bigger than the rest, chiseled and very strong, in a Superman shirt, leaps off. He lands on the other ones, crushes them, gets to his feet, collapses clutching his knees, and just says, "Not again!" And you guys get to walk right past Dwight Howard.
I ruined another team!
But I know how to stop the Hawks, though.
I mean,
no, Dwight Howard defeated the Hawks for you.
I was gonna build a moat in front of them and call it the second round, and they'll never get past.
Just write the second round on a piece of paper, stick it on the ground.
They'll never be able to get past. Oh no!
It's like in those old Chinese vampire movies where they're like, a vampire can't cross a pile of rice before it counts every grain of rice. And then it's a weird decision. What happens in so many of these movies when you see a vampire, they always talk about vampires counting rice. It's very anyway.
Wait, do they have a scene where the vampire starts counting the rice?
Yeah, it's just like an actual Chinese vampire tradition that like if you put a line of rice, if a vampire crosses it, he has to count every kernel of rice. And so in old Chinese vampire movies, they like have that in the movie.
It's 89 out of the 90-minute movie.
Yeah, and then the very end is just him being like, "That's why they call me Mr. Vampire." The title of the best one of those movies is Mr. Vampire. Anyways, so now that you're outside the city again, you hear a buzz.
What am I doing?
You're dead. You're just dead.
Am I a ghost or anything?
No, you're just dead, dog. I mean, you can like
can he be the ghost of Knicks' past bad contracts?
Sure, you're just the ghost of bad contracts past. So like pretend to be Stephon Marbury for a second. So you start to hear a buzz, and out from around you come a swarm of 9 hornets, and they attack each of you. The first one attacks Kristaps and hits. The second one attacks Kristaps and does not hit. The third one attacks Kristaps and does not hit. The fourth one attacks Kristaps and hits. The fifth one attacks Melo and misses. The sixth one attacks Melo and misses. The seventh attacks Melo and hits. Eighth attacks Melo and misses. Ninth attacks Melo and hits. So Melo takes 4 and Kristaps takes 6. Oh, and now Kristaps is down to, well, good thing you got that 1 heal before. Alright, now it's your turn, Kristaps.
Okay, to defeat the Hornets, I must think like a Hornet. And to think like a Hornet, I will smash them with my blocking of shots ability.
You know what? I love it. That's going to hit, and I'll give you up to 6 of them you can squash. But you get 2. So 2 of them are dead. So there are 7 left. And now it is on to Carmelo.
Let's see. I am worried about Porzingis' health, so I am going to give him a little pep talk and heal him up a little bit.
Heal.
Yes.
I'm going to reroll it. Another 1. So you get 4 health back at 5. And here come the bees again. Now there are only 7 of them. The first one attacks Porzingis, hits. The second one attacks Porzingis, misses. Third one attacks Porzingis, misses. Fourth one attacks Carmelo, hits. Fifth one attacks Carmelo, hits. Sixth one attacks Carmelo, hits. Seventh one, yes. So Carmelo takes 8. Yikes. Is that enough to kill? Yes. Down goes Carmelo Anthony. R.I.P.
I have a plan. I have a plan.
That's good, because you also took 2 damage, so now you're down to 3.
I am going to convince the Hornets to take all their jewels and gold and overpay for Nicholas Batum. And now they'll be broke.
Alright, so the Hornets have a little meeting about it, and they will sign Nicholas Batum, and so while they're writing up that contract, they won't attack, so I'll give you another attack. Another turn before they attack again.
Okay, and then I am going to explain to them Frank the Tank Kaminsky has already reached his peak of ability, and they'll be saddened.
Okay. It works, they are all saddened. What happens when just bugs are sad? I mean, I guess I've seen A Bug's Life.
It's a buggy bug world.
So I'll say half of those bugs do A Bug's Life and think they're sad and need something more, so 3 of those bugs leave to go find themselves out in the world. So now they're down to 4, but Batum joins them, so 5. And now they attack again. Miss. And that's a 1, so I'll say that one just flew past and crashed into a tree, so that one's dead.
I'm also going to, if Kemba Walker's there, I'm going to let Kemba Walker keep scoring till he runs out of energy.
Alright, so he tires out. 2 of the other ones miss, but one of them does hit you, and you're down to 1 health remaining. And there are 3 bees left.
Oh.
3 hornets left.
Kristaps has 1 health.
Can I give them Bobcat jerseys and hope that defeats them? I can trick them by wearing the wrong jerseys.
Okay.
I will send them back to New Orleans.
Alright. Yeah, that's not going to work, so they're going to attack again. I rolled a 7, and I just don't even know how to process that in my head. The first one misses. Second one misses. Third one... Alright, so you have another chance to come up with some way to kill them.
Oh, okay. I will defeat them with my new teammate who will destroy them, Grandmama.
Oh. Who's that?
Larry Johnson.
Yeah. Larry Johnson.
Who left the Hornets to become a Knick.
Yeah. I'll roll, but I like where your head's at. Yup. Larry Johnson appears to be... One of the Hornets takes off his mask to reveal that it is in fact Larry Johnson. He grabs the other 2 Hornets and crushes them in his hands.
4-point play.
And yells 4-point play and throws them into the air and sort of disappears. But then you hear the footsteps of a giant. And from before you see a towering figure that blocks out the sun. It's Andre Drummond, and on either side of him is Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Reggie Jackson, respectively, both with bows drawn. And Stan Van Gundy sits on Andre Drummond's shoulder. Sits on his shoulder.
Okay. I think you said shit, we have to go with that.
On his shoulder.
Which forms a wall of
Yeah, he sits on his shoulder and mumbles to himself something about building a wall and strokes his mustache. I'll let you get the first shot in, because, dimes to donuts, this is where you die.
Yeah.
I think you should find Lou Amundsen's lost ponytail and try and strangle everyone with it.
Dude, but Andre Drummond has a strength against hair. He's got all that back hair, it's a natural. You can't get to his neck.
Yeah.
Andre Drummond is a beast. How will we defeat him? I think we have to call in. Can we summon former friends? Because I'm going to call in Robin Lopez, who shut him down last year.
Alright. Yeah, Robin Lopez shows up, and they sort of tangle like a Pacific Rim, like Kaiju and Jaeger style, like big ol' big old monster battle.
Mothra.
Yeah, Mothra Godzilla style. They're tangled up, but then Reggie Jackson and Tavius Caldwell-Pope are going to shoot some arrows at you. And they hit, and there's no way I can roll a 0. So that's the end of Kristaps, and that's the end of the Knicks season. Going down to the Pistons.
So what seed is that?
I'm going to go back to the list and tell you. So,
That went pretty well, though.
yeah, that's about as good an outcome as you're going to get. So, beat the Nets, beat the Sixers, beat the Bulls, beat the Heat, beat the Wizards, beat the Pacers, beat the Magic, and beat the Bucks, Hornets, and Hawks.
Can we have a scrimmage against the Cavaliers to see how we would do?
We're all dead, man.
Because this Cavaliers will be a fun one. I'm going to tell the Cavaliers fans that LeBron is leaving again and have them light his jersey on fire while he's wearing it.
I like that. See, yeah, I mean, we can try this again sometime. I'm super down. But let's see
We're
how
thinking
y'all
about
finish.
making this, just so our listeners know, and I mean, I'm sure that we stunned and amazed the New York Knicks podcast listeners. So follow at Almighty Ballin, listen to the Almighty Baller Podcast Network, and of course my podcast Almighty Ballin, because we're thinking about making this into a series that is sort of a, it's its own podcast, and it goes and stretches from 4 episodes, 20 episodes, 700 episodes, just the wacky adventures of NBA players and goblin schools and Drummonds and stuff.
Alright, so our foolproof projection system based on this game puts the Knicks at the 5th seed in the East.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay.
About as good an outcome as you're going to get.
It's literally as good as it could have gotten because we only rode up to the Pistons.
It wasn't mathematically impossible. No, well, that's unfair. Because, within the realms of math, it's conceivable you could have rolled such a way that you could beat the Pistons. It was just, not very likely.
Yeah.
So I didn't bother doing Boston.
We would have to have thought of it on the fly.
I can do that, then.
Yeah.
That happened.
How many wins do we get?
I don't know. Great question. Our system's not that effective. I don't know. 5th seed in the East. That sounds like 46 to me.
That sounds about right.
So yeah, I mean, and part of that's that you kept Porzingis and Melo healthy, almost to the
Joakim Noah though was pretty injury prone. He went down way before. At least you have Kyle O'Quinn backing him up though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Joakim went down. Well, and the Hawks don't really count because it's just goofed off on them because Troy Harris is stupid. But he went down during the Magic, so you still had Milwaukee and the Hornets and the Pistons.
Yeah.
So
we got Lou Adamson. We re-signed Lou Adamson and gave him a guaranteed contract. So we're good on backups.
When did that happen?
It happened the other day when Phil Jackson lost his mind.
So 20 years ago.
Yeah. Hey, remember that guy with the ponytail that we didn't use last season? And remember how we have a roster full of 9 forwards? Let's get another.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Hey, anyways, so I hope that you enjoyed this. You sat down, took out the old peyote pipe, and had a good listen to, another great Dunkings and Draft Picks podcast, a co-episode of the New York Knicks podcast and Almighty Ballin, the Almighty Podcast. It was great. It was great recording with you guys. I think that the three of us formed a gallant party. I think that we were noble and we did our best, and I think that we taught the rest of the league that teamwork makes the dream work. What do you think?
You need 3 points kind of held together in a shape. I'm not sure what shape that would have 3 points, but there is a shape that works in a Zen-like system.
Hey, look, it's the stronger shape in nature, and that's science. But
I see your angle.
I hope you guys had a good time. With this experiment, both listeners and other podcasters. And I guess we'll see how effective it is at predicting when the season ends. But hopefully everyone had fun, at least.
Yeah.
Because that was a cool experiment.
And it's going to be a really good podcast after I edit the fuck out of it. So.
Yeah, totally.
Follow me. I'm at Almighty Ballin. Follow Marc.
Jay, I don't know the information, Jay.
Oh, okay. Well, man. You see, as Skype is set up right now, I could share my screen, but I'm just going to let you know. Marc's the biggest square, So,
big square!
I keep pointing it towards Marc because it's we have these 3 squares here, me,
and then Jay, and then Marc, sort of in a triangle. A triangle.
There's a lot of triangles in this episode.
To be fair,
I feel like it should be. This is like a Pee Wee's Playhouse. We hear triangle, and that should be like the word of the day, triangle.
I feel like, to be fair though, in this Skype screen, I'm the biggest square because I'm the one putting D&D dice back in the chain link bag. So I think the biggest square award I've got pretty locked.
That's pretty nifty there.
Yeah, it's my girlfriend's bag. She's smart.
Yeah.
So we are at NY Knicks Podcast, and we also do a comedy podcast, and our Twitter is at Brink of Sanity 3.
Oh, and Jay is running for president. So in November 4th, when you're voting, don't vote Trump or Hillary. Vote Brink of Sanity for president.
This is true. I am registered as Mr. Brink Sanity in the register, right between Sanders and Santorum.
He was actually covered in the Daily News. An actual New York paper has a picture of Jay, the New York Post, whatever, has a picture of Jay because he's running for president.
And this is where I can prove that I listened to y'all's podcast, okay?
Because he did tell me that in the car.
So the look that, man, I was going to say that it was in the New York Post. What details can I recollect so that, they called him, and the picture of him that they used in the newspaper, it looks like James was grimacing in the same way that, what was it like, the same way that like a child who was forced to go to church, like, what was the look?
That sounds about right, though. That is.
I called it the a lineup of pedophiles.
It was the Subway sandwich look. So, So, anyways, yeah, there's proof that actually that was like terrible proof, but
I can attest to the fact that in the car on the way here, he explained that one of y'all was running for president.
Yeah.
I can corroborate that.
Yeah. That's proof that, I mean, it's like pretty bad proof, but it's the point is I listen to their podcast, so go listen.
No, corroborated testimony stands in a court of law. That is true.
If you're listening to this from the Almighty Ballin Podcast, then go subscribe to the New York Knicks Podcast. It's the
and
one
if you're
that
and if you're the Knicks point guard, you might want to learn what corroborating evidence means.
Oh,
there's a lot of legal terms that guy could use a little bit of a freshening up on, given the deposition stuff that I've read.
We are a big fans of Almighty Ballin. It is a great podcast. It covers all of the NBA. So if you're tired just hearing about the Knicks, you want to hear about the entire NBA, they are a great podcast to listen to. And they have lots of some episodes are Dungeons and Dragons, but most episodes are very informative, and you'll learn a lot about what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, man.
That's great. And sometimes true.
Sometimes true. Yeah. It's like we're sort of a roll of the dice when it comes to quality.
Bam, 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 bam. Yeah. As far as information goes, inversely proportionate to how much I'm on the episode.
You had our favorite guest on, Jim Cavan, last episode. He's
Jim's great. These two previews have been pretty fun as hell. I'll have to do them again next year. Anyways, listeners, thanks for listening. And thanks for putting up with our BS for a little bit. It was great talking to you guys.
Yeah, no, thanks for having us.
It was something
fun.
totally different. It was nice to do that for a change than,
We've had almost nothing to talk about this offseason for the last month. This has been a nice change of pace.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thanks.
This was a fun Tuesday night.
Yeah. See you guys.
Have a good day.
Okay. Later, guys.
Bye, love. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end.